Hello friends, welcome to GeoEdu Exploring Geological Knowledge. Today we'll discuss the part 3 of Applied Geology section of OPSC Geologist and Mining Officer Examination 2019 question papers with detailed solution. Without getting late, let's get started. The first question is Siwalik Basin is classified as option A Back Basin, option B Forak Basin, and option C Foreland Basin, and option D Intracratonic Basin. First, I will tell the answer. The answer will be Foreland Basin. As you can see here, what is Foreland Basin? When there is means there is orogeny, means orogeny with a folded mountain belt due to the pressure of that crustal block, so there will be subduction, means not subduction, that will be the peripheral ground, around the periphery of that orogeny, that ground will be subside a little. That is known as Foreland Basin. So as you can see in the picture, second picture, this part is known as Foreland Basin system, and the first is as you know wedge, that wedge top and four deep, four balls, back balls. So this kind of basin is known as Foreland Basin. This Foreland Basin can be occur to the periphery of the orogeny. So it is known as also peripheral Foreland Basin. So Siwalik as Himalayan is the folded mountain belt. So because of that, because of the pressure produced from the Himalayan, the periphery means that top means that frontal or backward side of the Himalayan mountain, there will be some Foreland Basin, and Siwalik is this type of basin, so it is Foreland Basin. And another term, that is Back Basin. Back Basin nothing but that is extensional basin, where angular means it found there will be island arc where there is subduction of one plate below the another plate. So backside of the back means that where the subduction will occur, means that range will form, that will be frontal side, and the other part where the continental crust will be there, that means continental crust will be there, that is Back Basin. So that there one basin will form, that is Back Basin. And some information I want to give, that Back Basin where forms where the angle of subduction of downgoing slab is steep and the rate of subduction is greater than the rate of plate convergence. Because what happened when the suppose this is subduction zone, when this subduction zone, this plate subducts, it reaches up to the upper part of the mantle, so it melts, and the again the magma comes up, and here because of this magma, first thermal subsidence will be occur, and then one rift valley will tends to take place. After that, one whole phase Back Basin will form, and similarly that Forak Basin will be on the another side, that is on the trench side of the island arc will form. So that is Forak Basin and Back Basin. Then Intracratonic Basin will form inside a craton. Suppose this is a craton, and inside the craton one basin will form. This is maybe due to thermal subsidence, like there may be some hotspot inside below the crust. So this may be the cause of Intracratonic Basin. So next question, guano. Guano is option A calcareous deposit, option B phosphatic deposit, option C ferruginous deposit, and option D siliceous deposit. Guano is a phosphatic deposit. Option B is the correct answer. As you can see, this is a guano deposit. This is a actually hill, means mountain, not mountain. This is a hillock or hill which is fully covered with the excreta of birds, and it turns white because of this, as you know, this excreta of birds, it consists of lot of phosphatic material, so it turns white, the hillock turns white. So the answer will be phosphatic deposit. As calcareous deposit, one example you can give, that calc tufa. And ferruginous deposit, there are a lot of ferruginous deposit like limonite, and chert deposit will be a siliceous type deposit. Next question: which of the following method is used for detailed exploration of oil and gas? Option A, gravity method. Option B, seismic refraction method. Option C, magnetic method. And option D, seismic reflection method. As there will be a confusion between seismic reflection and seismic refraction, because both of the methods are generally used in generally they used first stage of any exploration will be gravity and magnetic. After that, seismic, both the seismic methods will be used, but more frequently we can say this seismic reflection method. So answer will be option D. So I want to give some extra information, like in which gravity method used for which type of metal or mineral deposit. Gravity method can be used for massive sulfide deposit, chromite deposit, saltum is very means that chromite and all, barite, kimberlite, and this type of mineral or for that this type of explosion, gravity method we can use. And as we know, these are very means high density rocks, so that their mass means that gravity method is very useful. And for magnetic method, as we can know, the magnetic for exploration of magnetic minerals like magnetite, ilmenite, pyrrhotite, rich sulfide. And there are different electrical methods like resistivity method used for groundwater survey, induced IP method, induced potential method used for large disseminated sulfide deposits, and that cell potential SP method used for sulfide veins, and graphite also groundwater deposit, and electromagnetic method used for sulfide and graphite deposit, radiometric method used for thorium, uranium, radium, and this borehole geophysics we used for to measure the continuation of mineralization, also known as mycelium is in maybe Japanese. And next question: these are the methods I have told already. So these are the geophysical methods, very important this table. And next question: seismic survey is used in exploration most often to determine, first option A, the presence or absence of ore minerals associated with petroleum, the presence or absence of petroleum deposit. Option C, whether there are rock structures that could trap petroleum, and whether there have been changes in petroleum deposits. Option C is the answer. Means seismic what is seismic method? Seismic method actually used for seismic method generally used to means that that reflects the structure on underground structure. So we can map the underground surface through seismic method. So the map whether there is a fault, there is a folded rock. So this type of structures we can infer from seismic method. This type of structure also give the suitable trap for petroleum. So this here C answers, option C will be the answer. Next question: reservoirs with grains that have been same size are called Option A well sorted, option B poorly sorted, option C half sorted, and option D fully sorted. Here the answer will be well sorted. As you can see, these are well sorted grains. These are almost same size, and these are poorly sorted. These are unsorted, means nothing, means there is large difference between, there is a very large grain, very small grains, and these are grade. This is graded, means that larger will be at this side, and that top side will be the finer. So well sorted will be the answer, option A. Next question. The distribution of grain sizes within a reservoir refers to option A compaction, option B sorting, option C packing, and option D cementation. So here the distribution will be known as sorting, because as in that question before I have already told what is sorting. So the grain size means small and larger grains will be sorted together. That is means this type of this means grain size refers to sorting actually. Compaction is just due to pressure the density of rock will increase and the volume will be decreased. That is compaction. And packing is refers to the distribution of grains and intergranular spaces in a sedimentary rock. So that is packing. And cementation is the filling of the pore spaces with additional means additional material like means hydrothermal solution or some by some other deposit. So here the answer will be sorting. Next question. Primary porosity is defined as option A pore space created by dissolution of fracturing of rock, and pore space that is interconnected, pore spaces that is isolated or not connected, pore spaces created during deposition of sediment. So here the option D will be the answer. Primary porosity is when the rock it forms simultaneously with the formation of rock. So what here given the dissolution means here this pore spaces created the dissolution of fracturing of rocks. So first the rock will form, after that fracturing will happen. So it is not simultaneous. And the pore spaces that is interconnected, that is permeability. And pore space that is isolated or not connected, that is also, that is porosity. But I forgot that name. That is also some name is there for that porosity. But primary porosity is the pore spaces created during deposition of sediment, and the secondary porosity is the pore spaces created after the deposition of sediment. So the rock fracture will be a type of secondary porosity. And next question. For seismic AS wave velocity v, the rigidity modulus mu is proportional to option A root over of v, option B v square, option C root v cube, and option D v. So here the answer will be first as we know velocity, the formula of S wave velocity is equal to mu means rigidity modulus by density root over of rigidity modulus and density. So v square is equal to mu by rho. So mu is directly proportional to v square. So answer will be v square here. So option B is the correct answer. Next question. Which of the following logging techniques is best suited to estimate the saliness of hydrocarbon reservoirs? So for saliness, the gamma ray will be the gamma ray logging is perfectly suited for saliness of hydrocarbon reservoir. First, what is logging? Logging is the means reservoir characterization. means by the logging, the geoscientists generally used to get more information about physical properties of rock to calculate hydrocarbon volume, cell volume, like that, cell volume, water saturation, porosity, permeability, elasticity, reflectivity coefficient. This type of these are generally determined from logging. And other logging, like there are different type of logging, like gamma ray loggings, spontaneous means gamma ray logging generally used for lithology interpretation, cell volume calculation, to calculate the clay volume, permeability, porosity calculation of and wave velocity calculation. So the answer will be the cell means saliness is by gamma ray. So gamma ray used for cell volume calculation, that is saliness of the hydrocarbon reservoir. Next question. Which of the correct combination of ore and location of its deposit? Option A, uranium Jadugoda, and option B, lead Khetri, option C, gold Panna, and option D, iron Malankhand. So option A is the correct answer. Uranium deposit in Jadugoda area is very popular, and lead is deposit. Lead deposit Khetri copper belt, means Khetri is related to copper deposit, Khetri area, and lead deposit, as you know that. Panna deposit is at Panna is famous for diamond deposit, and Malazkhand for copper deposit. Khetri and Malazkhand both are for copper deposit, and Malazkhand you can remember that only porphyry copper deposit in India. And iron deposit, there are a lot of iron fields like Singhbhum iron belt, and gold deposit refers to gold, Hatti gold mine, Kolar gold mines, and these are the deposit. And so this is the end of the video. If you are getting the video helpful, so please subscribe to my channel, Geoedu. Thank you.